Okay, so now we have our Supabase integrated. Let's go do a quick review of all the tables and pick the next taskmaster task and keep building. So this is our terminal. Let's quickly check our taskmaster statuses. So apparently it did not update the taskmaster statuses because we executed the table creation by ourselves using the taskmaster instructions. I mean, Claude Code instructions. So what we are going to do now is ask Claude Code here to, can you please update all the migration related tasks in Taskmaster, because I have manually executed all the SQL commands using the SQL editor of Supabase as per your instructions. So we'll let this thing run here. Meanwhile, what I would like to do is try to commit these changes because we have done a lot of changes. So it makes sense that we commit now at its migration SQL. And now the next step would be for us, once this is done, to come back to the front end and make sure that the entire UI is reflected based on what we see here on the database of our Supabase instance. So just to recap, we have a Supabase instance here that have all these tables, but right now these tables are empty, and what we want to make sure is that this UI is populated entirely from those tables, obviously with all the tasks being updated. So since our tasks are updated, let's go to here again, taskmaster. So now we have the migration tasks done. What I would like to do now is to implement literally we can do something to let task number set up the database Supabase project and database, implement Supabase authentication, the migrating the mock data so that the data that we have should go in the tables, refactor CRUD operations, implement real-time features. So literally these tasks, 16, 35, 36, 37. I'd like to go in one go so that we can get like a bunch of these particular ones done immediately. So I'm going to go here and I'm going to prompt the following. Can you please implement the taskmaster tasks 16, 35, 36, 37 all in one go? My expected outcome is that the current tasks that we have, the above mentioned tasks. All right, so now with this prompt being executed, this is going to take for a long time because it is a lot of tasks that it goes now through, and now it's also handling its own internal tasks. There we go. It now executed the taskmaster MCP. So this is going to be a lot of work. So until this is done, I will be back. All right, so the prompt is done, but I will be surprised if all of these features are done, like literally the real-time updates, offline fallback, type safety, and obviously all the existing tasks that we have ran. So I'm supposed to run the npm run seed. So let's do that. This should execute and generate a lot of data inside our database. Apparently it did do that. So we can see a lot of data. Nice. I'm not sure if perfect. This is also going very well. One thing that was a part of the task was creating authentication. So what I'm now expecting is if I run this, it should ask me to log in, and it should have like a sign up feature, which I will do in just a minute. There we go. It is use must use the data provider. Okay, so apparently it is not showing the, let's give this password, this here. But if it didn't fix it, then we need to prompt properly so that it goes in that direction of implementing the login feature, because I don't see any login components here. Yeah, exactly. There is no route for logins and so on. So apparently the entire login or authentication part needs to be done. So we'll see each other in just a minute. Indeed, the authentication was missed. So I have already prompted it, and it's working on the authentication part, and then we'll see how after implementing the authentication, this whole thing will work. All right, so all the changes are done, and it's asking me if I have the local information set up, which I do. I have to execute that right here. I have to run that. So now if I run this, there we go. We see clean login page, although the theme is something that we need to talk about next tasks maybe. Let's go create a simple email. Okay. It should have sent me an email. I think it has a process of um, email verification. Exactly. It's not confirmed. So I'm going to go and quickly confirm my email. So this is the email address that I received. I will show you where to change this email address. If I confirm this, then it takes me to this page. As we didn't talk about the theme, it implemented this dark theme, and I believe it is picking it from the theme of the system. So since the dark theme is not properly implemented, let's go with the white theme so that it looks nicer. Okay. So I believe now the user authentication is sitting somewhere here. I can quickly show you that I signed up, and therefore my email address and everything is now here, and all the login information is there. So one thing that is concerning me is that whether or not these cards are for this user, because I should be not getting um, any cards, because these tables or these leads should belong to a single user. Right now, indeed, the system, we never talked about it in the PRD as well, that these cards or these leads should belong to a single user. Since this can be a multi-user system, I can go with this solution to have like no checks on the user list. But all of this information that you can see now is coming from the database, and this is exactly what we are looking for. Emily is moved to qualified leads. Okay, the actual moving is, or Thomas goes here. Okay, the drag and drop feature is not working as expected, because when I move, it doesn't move it automatically. Let's fix that in the next video, perhaps. And also the real-time updates is not working. So for example, I move this here, I don't see this happening 3, and this stays here. If I refresh the page, then it's 3, and then it goes away from this. So this is something that we can do in one of the upcoming episodes. And there are a lot of small issues that we need to anyways take care of, perhaps off the recording, which is well, we don't have any data in here. So you can see these are all 0. In the mock data, we had some information. So maybe just for the sake of UI, so that we can perfect the UI, we can ask some, there is some error, but at least I think it worked. Let's give a comment to Thomas. Thomas got one comment, refresh the page. It's not working. This feature is not perhaps implemented yet. So at least the database integration is working. So I'm gonna quickly go and save this feature, the sign up in the database integration. So we can have this one running here. So we added authentication, and now the app is running under this authentication. In the next video, what we are going to do next is literally solve one problem at a time before going to the next step, which would be changing the entire engine of our n8n workflows, so that instead of saving the data into a Google Sheet, it saves it inside this Supabase database so that our front end can read this. So see you in the next video.